Hey guys, I took my hat off because it's got a logo on it, but you know, sometimes I just keep the hat on. You know, otherwise, Alright, so this recording is about how, see, I'm just doing a patrol. I'm going to go put my gear down in the North South Yard. This recording is about how autistic people are not behind in life. Because if I had realised all the strengths of my autism when I was younger, I knew I was really different. And then, you know, I was looking at the Asperger stuff when I was like 24. But I knew I was a bit different since I was like young. I just thought, you know, as a child, I thought, man, these bullies are pretty ratchet, you know what I mean? But then there's, you know, I used to stand up to them. And I was glad when I did, and I felt strong when I did. Felt good. Eventually stand up to them, yeah. So, that was awesome. So, yeah, we're not behind in life. We just get taught that, we get told by the world that we are inferior, but in reality, we're just different. Okay? I'll give you an example. I'm in a relationship. Some people might think, or do think, you know, because I've had a lot of people say stuff in the past, and I've even said how some people say recently about how I'm in a relationship now. It took a lot longer than we'd expected, but hey, it's happening now. And I shared my opinion with them about how that's why it took so long. That's because when I was in my 20s, I didn't want to get with a woman like me that was like similar to me because I wanted to cure the demon or whatever, but it's not a demon because it's got a whole bunch of strengths with it. And then once I accepted it, I was a lot more happier. And everyone else thought I had quit and given up on life, but really I just accepted myself for who I was. And you know, I still get, you know, people thinking that I don't have the right to this and that because I'm inferior, but I'm not. Where I'm working, half of the workforce here is actually on the spectrum, whether they're ADHD, Asperger's, or autistic. So yeah, I mean, I would have been in a relationship decades ago, over a decade ago. You know, I would have been, had I known all the strengths and I didn't have a desire to fit in. Well, I never did fit in, and I used to always stand up for myself if it went against, if what people wanted me to do was against my religion, or if I'd put in, like, you know, if I'd done all these things this day and I wanted to go do something for myself, then I'd stand up for myself, you know. So if I hadn't had people drill it into my head since I was young, that since I was a child, that I was inferior to them and all this type of thing, just like, you know, what you taught at school, and parents are like, you know, you can overcome all this and you can do this and do that, and basically the overcoming was overcoming my autism, but we didn't have a name for it back then, we just knew we were different. And there was like the signs of what is a healthy person and anyone who's different is not, because that's not the same as everybody else. But they just said, oh no, look, Everyone else does this at this age and does this at that age. And I was doing other things earlier than others, but I was doing other things later than others.
The next Hutt Valley line service to Upper Hutt, stopping at all stations, is replaced by buses departing from platform 10 in 10 minutes.
So, because I wasn't the same, I was deficient, according to them. But if we hadn't have had this stuff drilled into us, you know, we would have been in relationships way younger. And the whole, for example, the whole physical strength thing, like I was slower when it came to the tannery work and the factory work, but they kept me on because I got to the point where I had more stamina, because like other people be like, oh yes, it's a half day today, like for example, maybe once a month or something was like a half day, or once a, you know, and when that happened, I would always ask, oh, where else can I go to work? You know, because I had to prove myself to others, but at the same time I was proving stuff to myself, and I've already been there. Now if it's a half day, so long as I get my 45 hours, I'm satisfied. But if I can get, you know, this week I got 57, next week I got 57, so that's good. But yeah, well, I would have been in a relationship. I would have been in a relationship very long time ago. I would have been in a relationship 15 years ago, because I would have accepted the proposals to be in a relationship from other neurodivergent people that came my way. But I don't know, I wanted to heal it. I wanted to get with so-called normal woman who never wanted me. Some of them said, oh, you're a really nice guy, we want to be friends, and some of them were like, you're a freak, stay away, or but the other ones were just like hi-bye type conversations. None of them wanted to be my partner, and the ones I turned down when I was younger, all those years of, you know, was neurodivergent people. And the offers stopped coming once I hit my late 20s from them, because obviously word got round. But if I had of, but I faced my karma, because all the neurotypical girls that I wanted to get with shut me down. And they say, oh, you know, well, if you were so interested in one female, you would have forgotten about these other ones. Yeah, but it was one at a time. We like one for like 6 months that I was interested in, or one for like 2 years. So let's say, you know, let's think about 10 girls over a space of a decade or so, right? So yeah, that's normal if you're not successful with any of them, right? But if I was to take the offers from the ADHD and autistic girls who showed interest in me and wanted to date me and stuff, I would have been in a relationship at least 15 to 16 years ago. At least. Moral of the story is, you could try so hard to be something that you're not, even though you think that you're healing something. Reality, you're just... I got to the stage where I was actually as fast as the people in the factory and the tanneries. It took me like 2 or 3 seasons, but, and then even then, like when say, oh, there's one extra work on Saturday, yep,